Hello and welcome. And this channeled message today is so filled with joy and love and the most beautiful frequencies. It's absolutely gorgeous and at the same time entirely mind-bending. It's one of those where my guides came through and shared with me something that is a deep philosophical concept, but they're doing it in such a way of joy and love and laughter, literally laughter through this. So this is a really big one, and yet it's really complex and it's beautiful all at the same time. So I'm actually struggling to work out how to describe today's message to you. So if you're here, welcome. If you've never been here before, I'm Sonia Davies. I'm a spiritual advisor, energy healer, and I channel every morning. I channel right every morning. And some of those messages are personal for me, and some of them are absolutely for me to share with you, as I am doing today. I never know when these are going to come in. I kind of just flow with them, and my guides tell me when messages are for me or for me to share with you. So this one, it's literally mind-blowing and joyful and amazing all at the same time. So what I'm gonna do in a moment, I'm gonna read out the message that came through this morning in my notebook. And sometimes I struggle with it a bit because I actually close my eyes as I'm writing so that my brain doesn't interfere with the process. It's part of my process and how I do this. But it means I can't see what I'm writing and it's a complete scribble and my hand can't really move fast enough. Anyway, sometimes I struggle to read my own writing back, but that's okay. We'll go with it. I'm going to read out the message. And the reason I do this is because my voice is an activator. So when I speak the words, my frequency is bringing through the frequency from my guides who are very much still with me now as I'm speaking this to you. And that frequency connects with your frequency and it activates something within you. So my voice acts as a frequency activator for you. If at all possible, I do invite you to close your eyes when I'm speaking the message. Obviously, if you can't, then you can't, that's fine. But if you can, it takes away some of the distraction of just, watching me on the screen reading out a message. I literally put my reading glasses on and I sit and read from the book. So there's nothing really to watch, but it helps your energy frequency to focus on feeling the energy and the frequency of these words. And these words today they are some of the highest vibrational words I've ever received from my guides. I'm not exaggerating. And again, that just came through as I was speaking this. So I'm gonna invite you now. If you can, just gently close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath. I'm going to read out the message and then we'll talk about it afterwards. When you stop, you move. This may seem nonsensical to you, and in human terms it is. It is. Yes, laugh at this, but there is deeper wisdom here that we wish to impart this day. Your movement continues whether you are aware of it or not. You move through dimensions and experiences and space and time and all that is, and yet you remain exactly where you are. Why is this? Why indeed? This is the greatest paradox of all, and it is filled with joy and laughter. As an elemental, eternal soul, you remain constant, never changing, never moving, just being. As a human, incarnated on the breast of Gaia, you remain in constant motion, breathing, sensing, feeling, so many experiences, and yet these can overwhelm you as well as fill you with life. It is a strange paradox, is it not? Both eternally motionless and constantly in motion. This is the lesson of this. The ability to embrace both as true and valid in any one moment is where you come into true harmony and balance with all that is. Do not try to understand this message with your human brain in this time. Instead, feel the frequency of its truth. In time, you will feel the understanding of it, and a glimmer of its truth will shine in your human mind, and you will delight in the simplicity and complexity of it. You are one. You are all that is. And as you journey back towards the remembering of this, emerge into a world of wonder and delight. Feel the joy of this truth. Know it's everything within you, and sit in the motionless comfort that you are never alone and never will be. In love, in light, in oneness. I don't know about you, but I'm literally feeling the joy bubbling through this. The laughter I was hearing in my like extrasensory hearing as this was coming through was like they were literally laughing and giggling with sheer joy. It was amazing, and I'm really hoping you felt that frequency. I'm filled with it, having even just spoken these words out, because again, I get as much from these messages as you do. And in speaking these out to you in this way, I'm receiving them again in another layer and another way as well myself. So I don't always know exactly what they're about either. And sometimes me speaking these to you is actually helping me to process and understand them more as well. The other thing that I got for today, and I'll do this first before we jump in, and I don't normally do this, this doesn't normally happen. But I was invited to pull a card for today to go with this message to share with you. And I'm using the Dragon Oracle. I love these. I love dragons. I am dragonkin. I work with dragons a lot. But this one, transformation. Just look at that. You'll see the butterfly wingtips on there, on the end of that, the wings of the dragon there. This is transformation. And what I got a sense of when this card came out is you are going through a process of transformation. The fact that you're here now, whenever it is you're watching this, your soul guides will have brought you here to hear this message and the frequency of it when you are ready for it. Please trust that. That's always true. And that means you're going through a transformation and metamorphosis. And that means there's something about emerging into the light, having been inside the chrysalis. If you think about the butterfly, it's a caterpillar and then it goes into a chrysalis and it basically dissolves. It's a pretty grim process. And then it reforms and re-emerges. And this is you emerging into the light again, into the daylight with wings stretched out and going, oh, what's the world about? I've never been a butterfly before. That's the energy I'm getting. And that's the energy of this message I'm getting. There's a lot in here, and yet it's really simple and it's really complex as well. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through bit by bit as the messages have come through from me and my understanding of it. But I invite you to take your own meaning from it as well and feel your own truth of this as well, because I can share my guides and my insights and my connection to help you with your understanding of this, but you will have your own, and I invite you absolutely to trust that completely, because you are a unique soul being as much as I am, and you will know your own truth of this and what it means for you. So let's go through this. That's a little bit. It just started with when you stop, you move. I've had so many messages through recently about stopping as a form of progress. And some of that is about breaking the human conditioning that we've all had, we've all experienced, that says doing more is the way to success. And actually the lessons of this process that we are in as a species right now in humanity. I mean, it's the most mind-blowing energy shifts we're going through right now. I'm recording this, it's Monday the 13th of July 2026. Whenever you're watching this doesn't matter, but right now as I'm recording this, I mean, we had a powerful Mercury cazimi yesterday. We've got a new moon in Cancer tomorrow. I mean, we're literally and we've got the some of the massive astrology. I'm not going into it. I'm not an astrologer, but I'm an avid follower of astrology. But I'm not here to explain that to you right now. But the energies are shifting. Everything is changing. And one of the lessons that I believe that I've seen myself, I've experienced myself, but also that I'm seeing with the people that I'm helping, and you may well be feeling this too, is one of the lessons is about doing less and being more, trusting your soul self more. And they start, this message today literally starts when you stop, you move. Actually, it's in stopping doing that you progress as a soul. And it's connecting with that soul truth is part of the human journey and the human experience. And they say, and I'm going to go through the whole message because there's so much in here. This may seem nonsense to you, and in human terms, it is. It is. And they literally laugh. Literally, I could hear laughter as I was hearing this. It may seem nonsensical, but, and yes, laugh at this, but there is a deeper wisdom here that we wish to impart. So we're here to teach you. We're here to share something new with you that you might not have thought of before. Your movement continues whether you are aware of it or not. As a soul being, we are perpetually in motion. You can be physically still. You can even have your mind completely still. I'm going to be honest, with my neurodivergent brain, that doesn't happen often or easily. But um, if you're able to switch your mind off, please, that's great. If you can sit in absolute stillness, not moving physically, not moving mentally, we're still moving because we're sitting on a physical planet that is moving through space, right? Moving through our solar system and our galaxy. We're always in motion. You move through dimensions and experiences and space and time and all that is, and yet you remain exactly where you are. Why is this? Why indeed? They really are laughing about this. They're going, it's so simple, but it's so complex. We are constantly in motion. As a soul, we evolve every single day. As a human being, we grow every single day. One of my top three core values, and I relate with a lot of things, but one of my top three is growth. And for me, I want to grow and learn every single day. Sometimes that's learning, academic learning, and sometimes that is just understanding myself better or experiencing something new or whatever it is. And whether you're conscious of that or not, we all grow every single day. And it's saying you are always moving through dimensions and experiences and space and time. We move through time. Now, I strongly, firmly know that time doesn't exist. Linear time is a convenient unit of measurement for humans, but it doesn't actually exist in the way that we experience it as humans. Now, I know that, and I've done the deep philosophical work to understand that and get that. However, that doesn't mean that time in human form is not also a useful measurement of currency. Okay, so we'll leave that one for now because I could go very big and very high concept on that, but we'll leave that there for now. But we are, as human beings, we are moving through time, linear time, certainly. And they're saying you're staying where you are and you're moving at the same time. And this is the greatest paradox of all, and it is filled with joy and laughter. It's like they're literally laughing. They find it hilarious that this is the truth of what we experience in human form. They love it. They literally like they think this is the most delightful, beautiful thing. It's amazing. I'm totally in awe of the energies that I'm feeling as I'm even speaking these words to you. Now I'm still feeling these energies. I'm still very much connected with my guides as I'm speaking this. So as an eternal soul, they're trying to explain, they're trying to help us understand this a little bit, but also understanding that our human brains may not grasp it yet. That's okay. Feel it. See what lands with you. As an eternal soul, you remain constant, never changing, never moving, just being. So that's talking to our essence of self that is part of the eternal oneness of all that is. So when we are part of the oneness, nothing changes. It's everything is there, and we are, as a soul, we are part of that eternal oneness that never moves, never changes, never stops, never does anything, and yet experiences everything all at the same time. That's the mind-blowing concept of oneness, of eternal oneness. That's a big one. Again, I'm going to park that one for now. But as a human, incarnated on the breast of Gaia, standing on the, the surface of this planet that we're in, you remain in constant motion. You're breathing, sensing, feeling so many experiences. Like the fact that you're here means you are breathing, you are moving, you are experiencing things, you are sensing. Listening to my words, you'll be feeling things, you'll be sensing energies from me. And even if you can't consciously name them, you will be feeling and experiencing those. And they're saying, and these can overwhelm you as well as fill you with life. They're really acknowledging the limitations, but also what do I want to say? What's coming through? There's something about the safeness of the container of being a human being in a human form. I'm really getting a sense of actually this physical body is, they're not seeing it as limited or less than. When I'm literally getting these messages through as I'm talking to you now. When we exist in spirit form, as our guides do, as your higher soul self does, as the angels and gods and goddesses and all of that, all of they exist in energetic form. And in human form, they don't see things in terms of hierarchy. Okay, so that what I'm getting is that there's a lot of I've heard narratives around the limitations of being human, and they're like, no, 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 this isn't about limitations. There is no judgment here. I'm getting a sense of there's no hierarchy. Your soul is here having a human experience for a reason. And in a way, they're going, that's amazing. Because you get to experience all these things, like the thinking brain and the physical sensations and the sound and the feelings that we get as human beings. And, breathing. Spirits don't breathe, they don't need to, but that's a physical sensation they never get to experience unless they incarnate. And I'm getting a real sense of the human existence is to be celebrated as something really joyful and beautiful. The challenge with it comes when we are limited by it and put more constraints on ourselves. And this is what this whole ascension process is all about. I'm not a fan of the term ascension process, but I haven't found another one, so we'll go with it right now. But that's what this shift from 3D to 5D and beyond, becoming a multidimensional being. We're not becoming anything, we're remembering who we are because we've been conditioned to forget. And this is all about remembering and reconnecting with our soul selves. So you are being invited in the frequency of this message now. And I am as much channeling these words and this explanation as I was the original message, to be honest. You will be feeling the frequency of this explanation, these words now, in a way that is helping you to remember more, and it will be unlocking more within you. And that's the beauty of this stuff. That's the power of what we're going through right now. Let's come back to, oh gosh, come back to this. This is a big one. This is bigger than I was expecting, and I wasn't expecting to still be channeling messages as I'm talking through this, but we'll go with it. Let's go. Let's see where it takes us. Okay. it is a strange paradox, is it not? Both eternally motionless and constantly in motion. Like, yeah, it's big stuff. I'm really getting a sense of them saying, look, you don't have to understand it. It's okay. Just hear it, feel it, see where you are with it. This is the lesson. This is the lesson of this. The ability to embrace both as true and valid in any one moment is where you come into true harmony and balance with all that is. So they're saying the point where, I'm going to use my human words here, where frankly, where this actually makes sense to you is the point where you are in harmony. Where your logical brain can meet your soul knowing is where the harmony comes, and that's the sense I'm getting. That's how they wanted me to describe it. That actually this, as a soul, you are eternally just one. You're just there. You just are. There is no motion. There's nothing moving, and yet at the same time, everything is moving. As a soul and as a human, everything's moving because you are moving, you are breathing, you are feeling, sensing, and all of those things. And it's when you can comprehend the truth of being in motion and completely still at the same time, you're understanding the duality of everything that is, and that's where you come into balance and harmony. It's big stuff. I'm going to say, don't try and understand this with your logical brain. You'll either feel the truth of it or you won't. And that's from me to you, not my guides coming through. You will understand this at the point that you are ready to understand this. And again, I'm talking from my own experience here because I actually do understand this because I've done this work and I've been on this journey to embrace that multidimensionality. And that's why I now do the work that I do. That's why I'm sharing this with you, because I've been through that process myself of that learning and not getting it and not getting it. And then one day I was like, oh, no, I get it. Now I get it. So I'm explaining this to you from a position of someone who does get it, but don't worry about it if you don't, because your soul and your energy will feel the truth of this. And when it's right for you, trust the timing of it, you will understand and really will, it will click and you'll go, now I get it. And if you're watching this and you do get it, welcome. It's mind-bending stuff, and I learn every day with this as well. Let's move on. In fact, they're saying, I mean, I don't remember what they've given me, so apologies if I'm repeating things. I'm actually saying things before they're ready. But do not try to understand this message with your human brain in this time. And I've just said that. Instead, feel the frequency of its truth. In time, you will feel the understanding of it, and a glimmer of its truth will shine in your human mind, and you will delight in the simplicity and complexity of it. That's exactly what I experienced. I had a vision, a meditation, a journey, if you like, an experience. I can't really put a word on it. I had an experience where I was part of something so vast and so tiny at the same time, and recognized and understood fundamentally that it's all one thing. Literally like the tiniest grain of sand and the vastness of the universe were the same thing. And I could see them and sense them and feel them in all the dimensions. And that moment was a big breakthrough for me in terms of my understanding of my own multidimensionality. But you may not be there. And if you'd asked me even 24 hours before that, I would have gone, I don't really get it. I can't quite, I get the concept. I understand that I want to understand it, but I couldn't really feel it and know it. And you will. What they're saying here, actually, what I'm getting a sense of is in time, you will feel the understanding of it. Don't worry if you don't understand this yet. Don't worry if there are parts of this that you go, I just can't make sense of that. One day you will. And the timing of that will be perfect for you. I'm getting a sense of it's okay to not know yet, because your soul's journey and your soul's growth has layers to go through, as mine absolutely has. I had to experience all sorts of other things, clear out things and do lots of things before I was ready to have that moment of understanding that hit me. And you will have the same. And your soul's contract will be to go through certain experiences until you understand these things. And you listening to this now and feeling the frequency of this now will be part of your journey in that understanding as well. You are one, you are all that is. And as you journey back towards the remembering of this, you emerge into a world of wonder and delight. So they're saying this isn't what I really got a sense of with this bit was this isn't about you needing to learn new things. This is about you removing layers so that you can remember them, because you already know these. That's why you're here, because there's something in what I'm sharing with you today, whether your human brain is making sense of it or not, you will be being activated and a part of your soul will be remembering the truth of this. My guides told me quite some time ago, quite a few years ago now, and I didn't really understand it back then, but I absolutely do now. They gave me a message that says you are not here to learn, you're here to remember. And that is true of all of us. Our human conditioning, and some of that is the fact that we are in a human incarnation, that we have to experience some of these limitations and conditioning because we have to function as a human being. Our human conditioning means that we have forgotten a lot of who we are at our soul's truth. And this ascension process is about that re-remembering. So these words are activating something in you that is about you remembering things. Our journey of ascension is not about adding in new things. It's about removing the layers of conditioning, taking them off one layer at a time. And believe me, there are a lot of layers and it never stops. It never stops until the day we die in human form. And then we go, oh, now I get it. There will be things that we cannot understand because we are in human form. And then we will come out the other side of that and reconnect back with our spirit self, our pure spirit self, and we will then process the understanding of what we've learned in this incarnation, in this time. And I suspect that's going to be phenomenal, and I'm already, in a weird sort of way, excited about that. And yet I'm still planning on staying in this human form for quite a long time. So, you know, I think that's part of it. And I don't fear that journey either, because I know it's going to be brilliant and beautiful and wonderful. So there's something about the fact that we are human means we have to have these limitations in order to be able to function. And yet we are removing layers of things that have suppressed and squashed our remembering of this. And this journey that we're on is about remembering. It's not about learning new things. It's about removing blocks so that we can remember. Feel the joy of this truth. We're almost there. Know it's everything within you and sit in the motionless comfort that you are never alone and never will be. They're basically saying, look, it's okay. And anytime you feel overwhelmed or stressed or worried about any of this or anything at all, you're never alone. You're always supported. Your guides are always with you and will always be there to help you. Your higher soul self is always going to be connected to you, no matter what happens. One thing I would put on that, though, is that your higher soul self, your guides, your guardian angel, whoever it is there, your team in spirit, your galactic family. They will always try and help you, but they can't step in unless you ask them. That's one of the limitations of being human, is we have free will. It's part of the human experience, is that we have free will. It's a training ground, really, this planet that we come to. It's in human form. There's an experience that our soul wanted to go through to understand what it means to have free will, and all the problems that that causes, as well as the joys that that brings. And we are never alone. Your guides are with you now. Your guides are helping you to integrate this message that I've just been sharing with you. And they can help you if you ask them, but they cannot help you if you don't ask them. If you ask them every single day, please show me, I don't know, show me a miracle today, or please help me with this thing. And it can be really mundane things, really mundane things. If you're out driving, please help me find a parking space. Oh, look, there's one. You know, literally things like that can happen, but only if you ask. You have to ask. Your guides are with you all the time, but they won't come in, they won't step in, they won't intrude on your free will unless you ask them, unless you invite them. So, in love, in light, in oneness, love is everything. Love is the currency of everything, of the universe. Love is everything. And that oneness is where we're all heading to. We already are. We've just forgotten. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, this has been a really, really big message today, and I'm really still feeling the joy of it all. I really hope you are. I hope you're feeling that frequency. I'd love to know. Do comment below and let me know how this one landed with you. Has it completely blown your mind? I hope not. I hope I've talked you through in a way that makes you go, okay, I don't understand it now, but I can feel something, and I know I will at some point. Trust the timing of your understanding of these things, because it only comes through when you're ready. It's a bit like when I work with clients, I work in the Akashic Records, and one of the reasons I do that is because my clients' guides are always in charge, and they will only ever show as much as the client is ready for in that moment. If the client isn't ready to understand or experience something or face something, it won't show up. I will not, as the guide, I will not find it. That's one of the reasons I work in the way that I do. And that can be releasing some really, really big trauma, all sorts of stuff from every lifetime, taking out massive curses and spells and things like that. They're a bit of a speciality of mine, is trauma across multiple lifetimes and releasing spells and things. And if that person is not ready for that, it won't happen. It won't show up. I won't even find it when I'm looking in their records. So I love that about the way that I work, but I'm telling you this so that you can trust that your guides will not show you things that you're not ready for. So if you've sat through this message, thank you, by the way. I know this has been a long one today. If you've sat through this message and you're sitting here right now and you're going, I don't get it, it's okay. You will still feel the frequency of what I've shared with you. And your guides will help you to understand it at exactly the right time for you. You're welcome to come back and watch this as often as you like. I mean, whenever you want. Come back in a year's time if you want. I mean, your guides will bring you to this at the right time for you. And it may not be a big light bulb of understanding. It might be. If you've listened to this message today and you've gone, oh, suddenly I get it. Please, please, please tell me. I would love to know. Honestly, that would just make my day. please do let me know if that's happened to you. I mean, I love it. And if you already get that all of this and this all made perfect sense to you, come and tell me because there aren't that many of us out there that really do get this stuff. Um, at the moment, I'm saying that, and again, I don't mean that to sound superior. I mean that as in there are some of us who are on this journey for specific reasons, and we're at a certain point specifically so that we can show others that it's possible. And I know that's what I'm here for. I have a Sagittarius ascendant in astrology, and I'm very much here to be a way shower, and that is part of who I am and what I'm about. Um, and and it's really about how do you embrace your truth in a way that is your journey and true to your soul and your soul's contract and what you're ready for. I'm here to do things a few steps ahead of other people, which is why I've had a lot of challenges along the way of never fitting in and never understanding people or never being certainly never being understood by people, because I was always a few steps ahead and people like, what? I don't understand it. And as a child that was pretty challenging. Through adulthood it's had its challenges as well. I've done a lot of work on that, trauma resolution and all that for myself, but I'm here to help you, to activate you. And one of the reasons that I'm sharing these messages right now, right here, talking to you today, and you're listening to this today, is so that you can be activated by my own journey and my own words and my own healing that I've gone through myself to get to this place, so that I can show you the path. I'm the one that clears all the weeds out of the way so that you can actually find the path behind me. That's part of my function in this lifetime. That's why I am here. So there is no judgment or hierarchy with any of this at all. We all have different roles, and you will have different role that is very different to mine as well. And you will be able to do things that I could never. I'd be like, whoa, that's incredible. I could never do that. We can all do everything, but it's about your soul contract and what you're here for in this lifetime. Mine is to be one of those way showers that goes first and experiences things first so that I can show you that there is a path. So that's what I'm here for, and that's what this message is all about. I'm going to leave this here. I have waffled on a lot. This is a very long one, and thank you for being here if you are. I appreciate you so much. Honestly, it fills my heart with joy. It really does, knowing that you're here watching this and feeling the frequency of this. And I am fulfilling my soul contract by being able to do this. And this just fills me with joy because this is what it's all about for me. Thank you for being here. I am sending you so much love and light. If you want to work with me more closely, there's a couple of free things down in the links below. I will drop some links in below this. Feel free to click on them. Have a look and see. I would love to meet you more closely if we haven't already. If you're here and you've never seen me before, thank you. I really appreciate you. I'm so glad you're here. I would really, really appreciate it if you've taken any value from this at all, if you like this video and if you click the subscribe button if you haven't already. It makes a really big difference to how this platform then shows this video to other people. And I want to reach more people. That's part of my mission, is to reach more people. So that would be a great gift if you would like to repay me for this in any way, shape or form. Just click that like and subscribe buttons. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave this here. I am sending you so much love and light. Take care, and I will be back with you soon.